This is Module 3 discussion of Chapter 5 Acid, Bases and Salts. In this interactive video session, we are going to learn about bases in detail. This is the page number 77. What is a base? Basically, a base is a substance which is bitter in taste and slippery to touch. What are the examples? Such as washing soda, caustic soda. Both are very strong bases, and they are very highly corrosive in nature and highly risky to touch. It is very important to know that all alkali are bases, but all bases are not alkali. What are alkali? Alkali are mainly those bases which are highly soluble in water, but it should also be noted that some bases are not soluble in water or may be partially soluble in water. What are they? Like calcium hydroxide and copper hydroxide, these are not soluble in water. Those bases which are not soluble in water are known as weak acid, but the alkali which are highly soluble in water, they are known as the strong bases. Clear? That means bases, we can divide the bases into two groups, such as strong bases and the weak bases. Strong bases are those bases which are highly soluble in water. These are mainly the alkali, but the weak bases are not soluble in water either or partially soluble in water. The another example of base is the washing soap. It is made from the washing soda with the combination of oil. Now we can have properties of bases, such as the physical properties and the chemical properties. The few physical properties of bases, such as number 1, all bases turn the red litmus into blue. The second important characteristic is some bases may be soluble in water and some bases may not be soluble in water, but it should be remembered that those bases which are highly soluble in water are mainly responsible for burning sensation, irritation and blister formation on the skin. They are mainly the strong bases, but weak bases are not responsible for burning sensation or irritation or the blister formation on the skin. And it should also be noted that all bases and alkalis are mainly highly corrosive, and this is the striking feature of physical property of base, that base neutralizes the acid in order to form the salt and water. These are the example of the acid base reaction in order to form the salt and water, such as sodium hydroxide. This is the alkali or base, and with the reaction of hydrochloric acid we will have sodium chloride, salt and the water. Another acid base reaction is ammonium hydroxide. This is also the alkali or base. With the combination of hydrochloric acid we will have ammonium chloride, the salt and the water. That means the acid base reaction will form the salt and water. This is the output. It is very good to know that the milk of magnesia, it is also known as the magnesium hydrochloride, and it is a weak base because it is partially soluble in water, and it is mainly used as medicine in order to relieve in indigestion. That's why it is used as an antacid, and its taste is very bitter. the chemical properties of base. Number 1 is all oxides of metal are basic substances. I repeat, all oxides of metal are basic substances. Mainly on heating at a high temperature in the air, the oxide of all metals are formed. How can we get the oxide? Answer is, on heating at a high temperature in air, a metal forms the oxide of that metal, and these oxides are the basic substances, as well as all hydroxides of the metals are also the basic substances. And the formation of hydroxides, whenever the oxides of any metal react with water, whenever the oxides of any metals react with water, they will form the oxides. These are the example of the formation of oxide and the hydroxide, such as calcium oxide. Calcium oxide, when reacts with water, it forms the calcium hydroxide, CaOH2. Likewise, magnesium oxide reacts with water and form magnesium hydroxide, such as potassium hydroxide and the sodium hydroxide. Now another question is how to name a base. We can name a base with the name of the metal first and ends with the name of the oxide or the hydroxide. For example, calcium oxide, calcium is the name of metal and oxide is the last name. Clear? And calcium oxide is the example of base. Likewise, calcium hydroxide. This is the way we should name any base. Now we can divide the bases into two groups, weak bases and the strong bases. What are the strong bases? Who are they? Mainly the strong bases are easily soluble in water. Example, potassium oxide or the sodium oxide. These are the two strong bases, and these are also known as alkali because they are highly soluble in water. And the physical property of such strong bases are they are highly corrosive in nature. Another type of bases are known as weak bases. These are either soluble in water, they are either partially soluble in water or not soluble in water. Example are calcium oxide, magnesium oxide, or the ammonia gas. These are known as the weak bases. Now, what are the common names of some bases such as calcium carbonate? The common name is limestone. Calcium oxide, quick lime. Calcium hydroxide, slaked lime. Sodium hydrogen carbonate or sodium bicarbonate, known as common name is baking soda. Sodium carbonate is washing soda, and sodium hydroxide is the caustic soda. Now, what is the lime water? This is the MCQ question, that the superior or the clean quality of limestone is known as marble. Now the second question is, what is the lime water? In order to get the lime water, we have to first consider the quick lime. Quick lime is the calcium oxide. Clear? And this quick lime, whenever is dipped into the water or soaked into water, it gives out the enormous heat and starts boiling. And whenever it reacts with water, it forms the slaked lime also known as the calcium hydroxide. Clear? And this is partially soluble in water and finally settle down at the bottom of the in the water and form a creamy smooth layer and above and the water above the slaked lime. The water above the slaked lime is known as the lime water. Clear? Now what are the uses of lime water? The first mainly it is used to taste the presence of carbon dioxide. I repeat, the main use of lime water is that it is used to taste the presence of carbon dioxide gas, and its physical property is it turns red litmus into blue, hence it is a base. Now we are going to learn about the different uses of different bases. I would like to start from the first one, calcium carbonate. It is also known as, or the common name is the limestone. The uses are, it is mainly used in the making of cement and which is used in masonry work mainly. Another use is in order to raise the building or making the flow, the fine limestone or the marble is used as a precious stone, and we can consider the example of Taj Mahal at Agra of UP. Taj Mahal has been built from the white marble. Calcium oxide, it is also known as the quicklime. This is the common name, and it is used in refining the ores, and it is also used for obtaining the metal from the ores. And it is also used in preparing the slaked lime. Calcium hydroxide, it is also known as the slaked lime, and its uses are: number one, it is used as a source of calcium for plastering the walls. It is also used for whitewashing walls, and in order to it can also used to neutralize the acidic soil, and it is also used for manufacturing the bleaching powder, for making chalk and sticks, and it is also used in the treatment of sewage water. Now what is the uses of milk of magnesia, or also known as the magnesium hydroxide? Mainly it is a white milky viscous suspension of magnesium hydroxide in water. Mind it, what is the milk of magnesia or magnesium hydroxide? It is a white milky viscous suspension of the magnesium hydroxide in water. Basically it is a weak base because it is partially soluble in water, and it is used as an antacid for neutralizing the acidity in the stomach. And this milk of magnesia is available in the market in the form of the tablets or the solution, which can be used as the antacid. That means it help in digestion. The another base is the potassium hydroxide. This is the KOH, potassium hydroxide, and the soft soap is made from mainly potassium hydroxide, and it is also used as an electrolyte in the batteries. This is very important because it absorbs carbon dioxide gas from the air. Hence this can also be used to make carbon dioxide free space in the apparatus in the laboratory experiment. Another type of base is sodium carbonate. It is also known as washing soda, and the uses are: number one, it is used in the making of washing soap. It is also used as a cleaning agent for the clothes and the paper pulp. It is also used in fire extinguisher in combination with the sulfuric acid. Sodium hydroxide, the common name is caustic soda, and the uses are: it is mainly used in the cleaning of grease and to clean the oily surfaces. It is also helpful in bleaching in the textile industry, and also used in the manufacturing of hard soap, as well as in the industrial, in the production in terms of producing the industrial chemicals. Now, ammonium hydroxide is another type of base, and it is used as household cleaner and also used to manufacture the fertilizer. There are some other example of bases such as baking powder. The chemical name is sodium bicarbonate or sodium hydrogen carbonate, and it is mainly the mixture of baking soda and the tartaric acid, and it is used for making the bread or cake or baking the bread or cake. Another type of base is calcium sulfate, the gypsum one, and it is the plaster of Paris. Clear? And used mainly for plastering the fractured bones, as well as in order to build the false ceiling. Another type of base is calamine lotion, or also known as zinc carbonate. It is mainly a very weak base because it is partially soluble in water and almost it is neutral in nature, mind it, and it is used as a cosmetic suspension. Clear? And also used for neutralization of the ants' sting. And the common example is detergents. What are detergents? Detergents are mainly the alkaline in nature or basic in nature, we can say, and they are mainly used for washing the clothes and cleaning the clothes. We should know about the hydrangea. It is the one kind of flower of the hydrangea plant, and it is used as an indicator of soil, such as acidic soil or basic soil or any neutral soil can be recognized by using this hydrangea flower, because whenever the soil becomes acidic, the hydrangea the color of hydrangea is blue. This one, blue hydrangea indicates the acidic soil, pink hydrangea indicates the basic soil, and the white hydrangea indicates the neutral soil in nature. The main intention of this is to understand that hydrangea, the plant flower, is used as an indicator to identify the nature of soil. That means if the soil is acidic, the hydrangea gives the blue in color. If it is basic, then it gives the pink color, and if it is neutral, if the soil is neutral, then it gives the white coloration of the soil. Clear? Thanks for watching.